Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. So nice to see you guys all back again. Now, some of you guys may already know this, but my academic training has been in the field of economics. And just like every other discipline, you can't really keep up with the discipline unless you keep up to date on the most recent literature. So today we're going to look at some recent recommendations to the field of economics, and let's see what we think.
My name is Victoria Bateman and I'm an economics fellow at Gomberlin College at the University of Cambridge, and I've just returned to Cambridge after giving a talk at the Office for National Statistics titled Feminism Meets Economics. Now, I'm a great believer in the power of art, which explains why I chose to dress like this.
This is art. The good professor says so.
For the talk today. Art has a power that allows us to go beyond what the written or spoken word alone can offer. And so in making my argument that economists need to take feminism much more seriously, I added artistic weight to the argument by choosing an outfit that aimed to combine the symbolism of modern day feminism with
Taping money onto yourself will make economists take you seriously. Sure.
the nod here to that famous feminist message, my body, my choice, and the symbolism of economics. So we have here the banknote, including the British £20 banknote that bears the face of Adam Smith, often seen as the father of economics. Now, I wasn't there at the Office for National Statistics to offer my vital statistics. Instead, I wanted to raise the question, what do feminism and economics have in common?
The answer, Professor, is nothing. And even that, I think, is way too much in common with feminism.
And the answer is simple, not nearly enough. Unless economists take feminism seriously, women's rights and freedoms will continue to be under threat in the world at large. That includes the rights of sex workers, that includes the rights of women across the world to access birth control, something that is extremely important if a woman is to take charge of her own life.
Yo, that's not our job. Economics teaches us how to make optimum decisions with regards to the utilization of scarce resources, given that we have limited resources and unlimited wants. That's it. It does not have a feminist agenda, and it does not need to have one.
Not only are women's rights and freedoms put at risk by the way in which economists ignore feminism, but also it's near impossible for economists to guide us on a course that can deliver an economy in which we have equitable and sustainable prosperity that works for everyone. Economics needs to become intimately familiar with modern day feminism if we are to make progress.
Yeah, no. The more serious part of the video, while the good professor does seem a little outlandish, her stances are not really too far deviated from what is seen in academic situations. Let me clarify. When I was in grad school for economics, I want to break down something for you. My cost of tuition each year was $36,000 US. And since I lived in a small college town, my living expenses was estimated to be $20,000 US. Most graduate students, including myself, do not pay that money. Usually we get scholarship from the university and a stipend from the university to help us cover our living expenses. Since I went to a state university, the amount was in part paid by taxpayers. I don't know exactly how much was paid by the taxpayers, but there's definitely a taxpayer contribution to it. Now, what did I do in exchange for that money? Graduate students are required to work for the university. So, for example, my job was to take classes. So I taught introductory statistics, calculus, and introductory economics. Why is that important? I have certain political views. I'm a libertarian. But that is irrelevant. I don't think any of my students ever knew about this because in fields like statistics, calculus, and economics, there's really not a lot of scope for activism. That being said, there are certain disciplines that have a lot greater degree of activism. I'm sure by now all of you guys have heard of disciplines like gender theory, African American studies, fat studies, and so on. But I'm not talking about those. Even mainstream disciplines in the humanities or social sciences, for example, sociology, political science, journalism, I have sat through classes in these disciplines. And these disciplines include a lot of activism from the professor. Now remember those long expense lists that I was boring you guys a few minutes earlier? Why did I bring that up? You're a taxpayer, you're contributing to the state university. Sure, if American people were paying money into a university so that people can engage in activism. This is one of those things that's often not highlighted, and I believe in the context of the United States. I don't know about other countries. And the reason why I keep emphasizing about grad school is because in undergrad, I think things can be a little different. But in the United States, taxpayers are paying for people to engage in activism in universities. Whether you believe people should engage in activism or not is your opinion, and I actually don't care much about it. But you are paying for activism, not unlike what we saw a few minutes earlier. And I just feel that should be highlighted a little more. Well, you guys, that's it for this particular video. If you got anything out of it, press that like rating, subscribe to that channel, and I will see you guys soon.